And we're live. Welcome to the Lakers Outsiders podcast. Eventually, I'll get that right. We're here for another shorts. This time, we're going to be talking about Dwyane Wade and more dumb rumors. Harrison, can the draft get here already?
Uh, I mean, I wish it could.
I
Uh,
just go ahead. We're live. Welcome to the Lakers.
yeah, so technical difficulties on our end, but yeah, I mean, I wish the draft could get here already, and we could just it was like 2K, we could just sim to it, because the next 4 days are just going to be like stupid trade rumors, stupid free agency rumors, stupid draft rumors. Like we're going to be hearing some Hazonia for the number 2 pick rumors here real soon.
Well, it's so many people trying to negotiate publicly through fan reaction, right? And the Dwyane Wade thing is a perfect example of just that. I spend a lot of time. I probably listen to more Dan Levitard radio than Dan's parents themselves. And poor Mike Ryan, his executive producer, has been wallowing in misery at the very thought of Dwyane Wade leaving for especially Cleveland. And that's exactly what Wade is hoping for here, where you hope that fan pressure gets the team to fold, and what better way to think that, to make it sound like you're really going to go than claim the Lakers cap flexibility, which they've fought for the last 3 years, might be for you, even though you're old, washed up, and play the same position as another old and washed up guy.
Okay,
So
washed up is strong. He's still effective. He's injury prone, but he is still effective.
I can't look. The most important stat, in my opinion, is games played.
I thought you were gonna say rings for a second, and I was just gonna log off.
No, but like, I'm sorry, especially where the Lakers are right now. Like, there's just no in for the Lakers, from the Lakers' perspective, Dwyane Wade is washed up. He had that's how they have to look at him.
Yeah.
Sure, for a playoff contender, he'd be a great piece. Like Milwaukee, he'd be absolutely perfect to take OJ Mayonnaise's minutes. But for anybody else, why bother?
Yeah, I mean, for the Lakers, I don't understand it at all. I mean, you already have like one injury prone future Hall of Fame shooting guard on the roster for next year. Like, I don't feel like that's a market inefficiency that they need to corner. Like, I don't think that $20 million a year for 30-plus-year-old shooting guards that are going to play, like 60 games, if we're talking best case scenario, right?
It's right around there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Best. I
feel
mean,
like that's
that's
some.
absolute best lately.
Maybe they can just alternate games, but then I mean, I don't see how that's a great use of this much vaunted cap space. We're gonna give, the team's gonna give Wade, like, however much. Would he want 5 years? He'd probably want 5 years if he was gonna leave Miami,
Well, that's the thing, is that,
because
all
he
right, if
wants that
you're
guaranteed money. You would think if he's leaving there.
right, you'd think, all right, there are two things that Wade really wants in this situation here. It's either a lot of money to make up for the stupid decision to trust LeBron James with his bank account, or the guarantee of a title contention, right? He's not going to automatically, there's no such thing as an automatic title win, but to contend for a title, the Lakers can offer him neither, and they could offer him money, but they won't. There's no point,
I mean, one
and
would certainly hope they would not.
man, it says something about the state of trust fans have for the Lakers, that for about 5 minutes today, I was freaking out, like, no, 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 Coach, you can't do this. Don't do this. And then I realized, no, come on, not even the Lakers recently have been this stupid.
Yeah, I don't see it happening at all. I think that report should have just said, like, report, like, Dwyane Wade, his agent, have mutual interest in, like, strengthening Wade's net worth.
Right, right.
Or, like, Dwyane Wade's agent has Chris Mannix's phone number.
I was going to write about it for the site today, and my article, I'm not even kidding everybody, my article today was going to be Dwyane Wade to the Lakers, and I would have just written leverage 200 times in a row. So I hope this is better.
Yeah, I think it's a little better. So as long as we're talking about like Heat free agent shooting guards, I think that we should touch briefly on the Dragic situation that came out yesterday. I think the report was that the Heat were preparing an offer sheet for him of 4 years and 80 million. I don't think I'm off on that.
Nope, that's
And
right.
which is like another team could like any other team could offer him 4 years and 85 if they wanted to. Like the big strength that the Heat supposedly had, and the reason that they supposedly traded for him was that ability to pay him more and get him to commit to Miami. So like, do we really think that half season playing there like engendered enough loyalty to get Dragic to just stay? Because like,
Especially as all this is going on, right?
yeah.
They're having a really public, ugly negotiation with Dwyane Wade. Did you see that? I'm not on Snapchat, but again, through Dan Levitard's radio show, I find out that Dwyane Wade's son has a Snapchat. It said dedicated to the Heat, and it's basically Rihanna's "Bitch Better Have My Money" song, which. I mean, if your son is putting that out there, you can imagine what dinner table conversations have been about for the last couple of weeks, right? So if I'm Dragic, I'm watching that take place while and obviously like it's not like you can hammer the Heat for Bosch's injury, right? But
No.
that's still scary, right? So if I'm Dragic and I want to contend, that place, I mean, that organization has just fallen out of the sky since LeBron left.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the only way I think this could get worse is if Pat Riley has another press conference where he starts criticizing the players and asking if they have the guts to opt in and fix it, and then just everybody's going to leave.
Yeah. Bosch will opt for open heart surgery to
yeah.
No, the Dragic thing is really interesting, I think. Ben Rosales was on Twitter last night because there are a lot of people out there saying, don't just spend to spend. But I don't think you can call signing Dragic to the max as spending just to spend, right? Because now all of a sudden you turn Jordan Clarkson into an extremely versatile backup guard, whether it's shooting or point guard, and you take a lot of pressure off of him. I mean, heading into any season where you're going to be the number one point guard isn't easy, especially for a second-year player.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. So yeah, I mean, signing Wade to the max, like with the cap rising, like that, or not Wade. See what these rumors have done to me. Signing Dragic to the max, with the cap rising is not like. I saw the Kamenetsky brothers make a good point on Twitter. They were saying like a lot of fans just are under the impression that the max is only for superstar players, but that's kind of without context. But all the kind of more interesting thing, going back to what Ben was talking about last night, that I noticed was apparently Bill Duffy is the agent for both Okafor and Dragic. So do the Lakers draft it if they are to draft Okafor, which kind of all signs are pointing towards that, but I mean, who really knows anything at this point? Like, does that give them an inside track on Dragic? And I think it probably does. What we've learned about agents over the last couple of years is they like to get a lot of their guys into an organization.
Right. And it can't hurt.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you're it's not like they're doing Okafor a solid by drafting him. I mean, he, by all accounts, is deserving of that selection.
Oh yeah, no, I just mean already having him on the roster.
That's what I mean. That's what I was saying. Is that he deserves to be picked, and in doing so, that they'll now, they can kind of say, hey, we take care of Dragic, and then eventually we take care of Okafor, and this is a mutually beneficial situation. I think that the point of all points that can be made right now is 4 year 85 is the max right now for Dragic, but when when the cap jumps to 90 million, that same cap at that same percentage jumps to 4 years, 130 million, which by that time, Dragic's contract will be a bargain. You know,
Yeah.
that's why Jimmy Butler wants to sign a 1-year deal, because there's no point, especially if you're young and you have upside, to sign anything long term, given how much money there is to be made.
Hey, fingers crossed he takes that qualifying offer. That'd make 2016 really interesting, like
Oh
even more
boy.
than it's already going to be.
Yep.
2016 is going to be the wild, wild west.
Well, that's the thing, and what's cool about, you know, this current situation right now is that they could sign a max contract this year. Kobe's contract comes off the books next year, and then with that added, you know, bump in salary cap space, you're looking at 2, possibly 3 current max contracts. It'll probably be 2 when you're looking at the actual percentages with the cap increase. But there's so much flexibility to be had, and there's really no point in not spending the money that they can possibly spend right now. And that's why I think whatever Miami's doing is really, really stupid, because they have that same potential flexibility. They're just saying, nah, whatever. We're going to try and strong arm all these guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really interesting. The Wade stuff isn't interesting at all to me. I mean, that I laughed. I wrote that about Lou Williams for Lake Show Life the other day. That it's, if you're an agent and your client is a free agent and the Lakers have cap space, and you don't somehow link your client to the Lakers, you're terrible at your job. You're worse at your job than I am at making jokes. So, you know, in this situation, it reeks of that all to the max.
And I think Pat Riley's exactly the type of old school GM that's a terrifying boogeyman for. I think like a lot of these other guys like understand, like the younger guys, they're just kind of like, oh, you know, like anyone's cap space is cap space for the most part, that kind of thing. But Pat Riley's exactly like the type of person I think that is, you know, possibly that's going to affect his thinking.
Maybe. I mean, knowing that he came from the franchise and he knows that Bus family is desperate to win. Hey, Cassius Clay just followed me. But the knowing that the family is desperate to live up to Jerry Buss, who is very close to the expectations that comes with being of his bloodline. Shout out to Game of Thrones. You know, maybe in that sense, but yeah, like you said, cap space is cap space to a very certain extent.
Yeah.
But all right, well, that just about does it. Do you have anything else to hit on these couple topics?
No, I think we're keeping it short. So
sounds good. Sounds good. Well, again, thanks for listening. I had somebody ask or we had somebody ask for a podcast tonight as he's on his road trip. Drive safely, whoever you are, and we'll talk to you soon. Tomorrow we will have Jameson Welsh, great friend of mine, mentor of mine. He'll be on tomorrow about 5:00. So look forward to that. A lot of information will be shared in that podcast.
All right, I won't be there, but I will definitely watch afterwards.
Sounds good. All right, thanks, Harrison.
Okay.